Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Stock, and I'm bringing the latest and the greatest up-to-date information on some of the stock activity within the stock market. This is for entertainment purposes only, though I do trade some of these stocks myself. Today, I'm taking a look at Tesla, NIO, Xpeng, and Lee, and finding what I think my next move will be. Let's get ready to rock. All right, before we get started, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that way you can see anytime my videos come out. That way, as part of your due diligence, you can find out the things that I have to say about these stocks, and hopefully it'll inform your perspective. Hit that like button, share it with your friends. Really help me grow this channel. All right, first we're going to start off with Tesla. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll take a look. I'm using the Webull desktop app. I happen to like the Webull platform for these videos. It's a really clean view of the stock, and it helps me really make my point of the things that I see happening with those stocks. All right, so here we are taking a look at the daily chart for Tesla. You can see that that high is $695. That was awesome. We had a reasonable pullback. You know, we almost came back down to $616. Again, every one of these candlesticks that we see represents a single day because I am in the daily chart. You can see that we made a really nice rally back up here, and then we had yesterday come in and bring us back down, but just a little bit, nothing like what we saw with some of the other companies. Now at Tesla, we actually have a profitable company. Out of the four stocks that I'm bringing it to you today, it is the only one that I have where we actually have profitability. So Tesla, I don't think was as affected. And I think one of the reasons why, besides it being profitable, I think is the amount from the high down to this previous close that we have right about here. It was about a 5% drop from the top down to the top of this candlestick that we have right here back on December the 24th. So as far as people taking their profits, because this is profit taking season, there wasn't a whole lot to lose. That some of the people who may have bought in at that higher price, near that 695 price, they're not really down that much. They don't really have that much to sell off in order to take advantage of those losses, and that's different from the other companies. So as far as Tesla goes, we didn't see as much there. Again, they are a profitable company. They have really strong fundamentals going forward. They've already proven themselves as a company, and they'll continue to prove themselves. We do see, as I mentioned in a previous video, that we do have this lower volume activity going on here, that we are entering, in my opinion, more of a consolidation type period. And if we bring up the Bollinger Bands, we can see a little bit of the narrowing right now in those Bollinger Bands, that there might just be, as we get through this week of December and into January, we're going to see a little bit more of that consolidation. My guess is that we'll see up until Biden takes office, unless there's other big news by then, or even up into February, up until they report their Q4 earnings and the yearly earnings for 2020. So that's what I expect to see. I don't see a lot of activity. I don't expect to see a lot of volatility coming through with Tesla. And one other thing that I just wanted to bring up, if we bring in the 5-day moving average, I really like the fit that we have here, that you can see it acting as a supporting line that we have. So we have this drop. Maybe this will come down to 650. I don't really see it coming down much below that, just because there's not really a lot to report on at this point. Let's move over to NIO. All right, so here with NIO, we have a little bit more volatility. They're not yet a profitable company, but they are #1 in customer service in China. They have a great business model with the whole battery swapping, battery leasing. They have a lot of great ideas happening. They did experience some more volatility with the sell-offs, and I think, connecting back to what I said about Tesla, we had this high here of 57.20, but if we look at December 24th for NIO, they're down a considerable amount more than Tesla was. Down here's the close that we had on December the 24th, around $45 or so. So about $12 off. So that's a significant drop in price off the high. So as far as people being out money, there could be a lot more people with losses. And so taking advantage of those losses during this sell-off period that we have during this last week of December, we could end up seeing some more. If we look at yesterday, We had an even bigger drop. We don't know if that's a new area of support. I will get to that. This thing has room to drop all the way down to about $40 a share. And if it does, I think it's a great buying opportunity. But there is something interesting that I wanted to show you here with NIO. If we draw a line across these bottoms, it's not perfect, but if you look, this linear behavior that we have here across the minimum values, or these low points, these pivots that we have, uh, I think that this one is actually in a really good spot right now. I think they're going to keep dancing around this line, and if I get rid of that and I bring in our EMA, we are still in bullish territory here. So with that linear regression line that I put in there off the lows for NIO, I think that we have a good chance. If we drop below it, I think it's going to come right back. Getting rid of the, or no, I'll keep that. Bring up the Bollinger Bands here. You can see we have that narrowing coming in. We are still right around that average. I think that there's a lot of evidence going on that NIO, it's going to hold its price. It might drop a little bit, another 5 to 10% maybe. If you're not already in a position, that might be a good time to take a position. For me, I have a very small position in this. I'm holding on to it long term because I think it's a great fundamental company, or a great company according to its fundamentals. So I don't think that this drop that we had from $57 all the way down to $44 is really hurtful to us. As a matter of fact, my entry point currently, I own this stock. I sold it off when it was around $55 a share. I sold my entire lot of it, and I bought back in around 44. So I'm about even right now with what we have, and I'm okay taking a little bit of a loss on this because it's an unrealized gain. Going forward, the stock price being predicted to be $90 to $100, within the next year or two. I'm totally on board with that. I can see that happening. So I'm in this for the long haul. And if it dips enough, if it hits 40, I'm certainly going to be doubling up on my position. All right, moving on to Xpeng. All right, so Xpeng, this one's a bit riskier of a play. It was up to almost $75 a share. I believe when I bought into this, it was down in the 20s when I got into it, maybe somewhere around these two bars that we have. And I rode it all the way up to about $70 a share. So that's all the way up here. I sold half at 70, and then I decided, this company doesn't make any money. It's on its way to making money. Again, a very fundamentally sound company. However, their financials just aren't there to support this sort of price. So when it came down to about $69, I sold off the other half of what I had. And then I took a very small position when it came back down around $48 a share or so. I think it was right around here off on this way down. I saw a bottom. I think it was over here, maybe at the 46, and then decided to enter back in, and it has continued down since then. So I'm at a little bit of money. I think that we're going to see strong things from them coming off their next financial report. If we look at the EMA 200 that we have going on here, it is flattening out a little bit, leaving from bullish territory. It flattens out into consolidation. I'm okay with that because I think that the next move after consolidation will be upward, especially after this sharp sell-off that we've had. I think that this is bringing us more in line with what we should expect to see with this sort of company. As a matter of fact, if you look at the volumes that we have very high volumes on this way up, and then slightly high volumes on the way down up to this point, and then really starting to get into more of a consolidation period. So I think we'll see some just sideways movement in this stock going forward for the next little while. Hopefully we see some people buying back in for those of us who are long in this position. Last one, Li Autos. This one I think is the riskiest out of the four. There's the least known about them. The Li one has been reported to be an excellent, I think it's a mid-grade luxury vehicle. And I think you may need to fact check me on this one. I think that it's an EV, but I think they also have a hybrid model of that. And this one is probably my smallest position. And I bought in while it was in this little period right here of consolidation of low volume, and up until recently when we had this drop, which again, I think is a healthy drop. I think this is a natural correction for this stock. I think it's going to trade sideways for a little while. And then pending good financial reports, good news coming out about the company. I think we can expect to see more. The fact that it's a Chinese company and the delistings that came out, this one, if they decide to cooperate and go ahead and allow themselves to find out that their financials are exactly as they're reporting them, seeing that confidence come back, I think really will help out this company in the long run. And also with further developments of the company, I think it's also going to help out. Like I said, I have a small position in this one. I have a much bigger holding in NIO, a slightly larger one in Xpeng, and then this one is my smallest. With the 200 EMA, this thing is flattening out a little bit. So like I said, I think we're going to enter some consolidation, especially because of the low volume trades that we have down here. Once this profit taking period's over, we'll see some of that weight be lifted, and then we'll continue along this this trend line. I'll draw it in for you quickly. Again, off the lows. So again, not perfect. You can see a slight dip there with those lows, but I think it's pretty good. And I think that we'll return to this, like I said, once this profit taking period in December ends, or when people are cutting their losses, when that's all done, in order to take the tax advantage of their losses. I think that we'll see some life come back to this stock. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I hope that you found it informative. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like it, share it with your friends, watch my videos as they come out, use it as part of your due diligence. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Contact your financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me today. Now go make that money.